Nintendo is renowned the world over for making charming and enjoyable games, and none fit that example more perfectly than Yoshi's Crafted World. The company is famous for taking simple concepts or experiences and creating unique titles from them, such as the Pikmin franchise being born from lead game designer Shigeru Miyamoto's memories of exploring his garden as a child. And it's clear with this new installment in the Yoshi series that the inspiration comes from childlike creativity and imagination. It harks back to those days as children when you'd while away the hours crafting something from leftover materials and use what you'd built to create stories for your own amusement. To emphasise the point, all of the levels and overworld are made up of various crafting materials, so you have trees made from cardboard tubes, rocket ships made from plastic bottles, or clouds cut from cardboard that are stuck to string with tape and hung from above. It captures the creative magic of a Little Big Planet or Mario Maker title, but dials it up to 11 thanks to the memories it conjures up and the unashamedly rustic look that it adopts, reminiscent of our childhood creations. As stories go, it's standard Nintendo platform affair. A group of Yoshis are happily minding their own business on their island when baby Bowser appears with the evil wizard come nanny Kamek, who tries to steal the Sundream Stone to make his petulant master's dreams come true. In the foray, everyone is flung to a nearby island and the Sundream Stone loses its gems, rendering it useless, and it's up to the Yoshis to recover them and return home. Progression towards the gems is through various mini-worlds, each of which is a crafted diorama that springs to life when unlocked. Within each of these are 2 or 3 levels to complete before you can move on to the next. The order of the day, as well as reaching the level's exit, is to collect flowers, with anywhere from 4 to 8 being hidden in each course. You also get bonus flowers at the end of a stage if you've managed to collect over 100 coins, ended with full health, and found the 20 red coins masquerading as normal coins. Collected flowers are then used to pay tolls to the friendly island inhabitants to unlock the next world. Gameplay is similar to previous Yoshi titles, with his ability to flutter in the air for extra airtime and the ground stomp making returns. Also, his signature stretchy tongue moves let him gobble up enemies and transform them into eggs. Yoshi's Crafted World adopts a 2.5D perspective, meaning these eggs can then be fired at enemies or objects in the 2D plane, but also into the foreground and background. Eggs are fired to interact with the scenery, often unlocking secrets or coins along the way. There are also certain parts of the level which allow Yoshi to move nearer or farther away from the camera, revealing further secrets or alternative routes to take. The levels themselves are where the game really shines, and despite there being 40 of them before final boss battle, they all feel unique from each other and provide a wide range of settings and experiences. There's regular platforming in various locales ranging from the treetops to a haunted house to an arid desert. Alternatively, the levels sometimes mix it up and you could take on more varied exploits like competing in a solar-powered kart race or controlling a giant robot Yoshi and destroying everything in your path. You never know quite what to expect next, although one thing is for certain, the levels never fail to draw a wry smile or an impish grin to your face, either through their execution of ideas or simply for the creativity in embracing the crafted nature of the world you're in. In terms of difficulty, Crafted World lands about where you'd expect. Not as challenging as a title like Super Mario Odyssey can become, but tougher than, say, Kirby's Star Allies. What's on offer here is a relatively flat learning curve that definitely does increase the difficulty by the end of the game, but never to levels that frustrate or annoy. The tempo feels in keeping with the theme of imagination, as you take time to not only note what dangers you must overcome, but how they've been created in this new unique world you're exploring for the first time. And that exploration doesn't have to be a solitary experience. A second player can join the fun and you can tackle each level together, each controlling a different Yoshi. A couple of new mechanics become introduced, not least that you can actually swallow your partner and fire them at enemies or objects, as well as being able to jump on one another for some Yoshi backriding. The game itself has a lot of content in the way of collectibles because as well as simply collecting flowers in the level and those rewards at the end, you'll also get the option to play the levels again in reverse. This time you'll be on the lookout for 3 barching Poochie pups who have hidden themselves in the level, and either touching them or firing an egg at them brings them to your side. Reach the end of your level and you'll get another flower for each one you found successfully. Get them all within an agreed time limit and a further bonus flower is yours. Playing the levels in reverse is a nice addition as it shows off a very different perspective, often showing you the reverse of the constructed level. In addition to the Poochie pup hunts, the inhabitants of the dioramas will have various souvenir hunt quests for you to complete. They task you with finding specific items in each of the levels, all of which require a trusty egg throw to demonstrate you've found it. Find all of the items to request and you'll be able to exit the level and then return to your friend for a shiny, you guessed it, flower. In addition to the flowers, the coins you collect are added to a cumulative total and you can spend these in a gumball machine in each world. And if that all sounds like a lot, it's because it is. And with that comes the biggest note of caution for those playing Yoshi's Crafted World. Because you can quite easily get sucked down the completionist rabbit hole, trying to find every flower, Poochie pup, red coin and souvenir, and to be honest, if you do, the game suffers for it. For context, the main game has nearly 650 flowers to collect, but you will need well under 250 to reach the final boss. For a title that strives to be about imagination, it suffers in the ideas department outside of the levels themselves. Sure, playing in reverse is fun, and it's quirky the first few times you do it, but it doesn't change things up that much, and I think during my entire playthrough I only discovered one secret in reverse that I hadn't found in the normal level. And the archaic way that the souvenir hunts are sequential means only one is available at a time, so every time you complete it you have to return to the inhabitant to then be given the next one. The solution then is to simply play Yoshi's Crafted World's main levels and maybe dip into reverse for some Poochie Pups if you fancy it, but certainly don't sweat it about getting everything. There's still plenty to enjoy, and with that approach you can enjoy the game's trump cards, which are undoubtedly the perfectly crafted levels, full of their own unique style and personality. Free from collecting shackles, you'll be able to truly enjoy the experience as it was intended, and there's definitely a lot to like. Yoshi's Crafted World isn't perfect, but it's thoroughly enjoyable, and it hits that sweet spot when the great design meets that undeniable Nintendo charm.